Hey guys, welcome back to True Crime with Kylie. I tried to look cute for this video, and so I tried to do something different, and I tried to curl my hair like back in the 90s when people's hair was go like that. And I looked like Hagrid. So it was either a bun or True Crime with Hagrid. This is what it kind of looked like. Cute, right? Moving on from dance move. Moving on from the Hagrid hair. I just wanted to give my viewers a little forewarning before I start talking about this case that there will be topics of animal cruelty and body dismemberment. So just please be aware of that before I continue. And if you kind of put the pieces together about those two things, you might know who I'm about to talk about. For those of you who don't know, this is the case of Luka Magnotta. This case, it's a real doozy. Who says doozy anymore, Kylie? Luka Magnotta was born as Eric Clinton Kirk Newman on July 24th, 1982, to Anna Yorkin and Donald Newman in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Why does 24 sound familiar? That was Friday. No. I don't want to wish him happy birthday. Ew, no. Happy not belated birthday, Luka. Luka had a relatively small family. Well, small in my opinion, because if y'all know me and follow me, y'all know I have a huge family. So he was a family of 3, and he was the oldest of the bunch. For most of Luka's early life, his dad worked in a factory, so he wasn't home a lot. And so they were left with their apparently very germophobic mother, who, if you've seen Don't F with Cats, don't even get me. I could do a whole episode about her. And so with that, they were socially isolated because she homeschooled them and wouldn't let them hang out with anybody. And so if you know the effect that socially isolating kids, it can have a big effect on them later in life. And because she didn't really know what she was doing, they had little to no education as well. So Luka's dad ended up losing his job at the factory, and so their mother ended up having to go to work as well, which they ended up being enrolled in school. And Luka was entered in school in the 6th grade, but being homeschooled by his mother, who didn't really homeschool him or any of his siblings, he was in a grade level age-wise, but academically-wise, he was way, way, way below. And this affected him a lot. To make up for his low academic levels, he started to go around and tell classmates these lavish stories about his home life, and that his mom was friends with Julia Roberts, and so his mom named him after Julia Roberts' brother, whose name is Eric, I'm guessing. Okay, well, if you're related to Julia Roberts, then I'm related to Kylie Jenner. Kylie, where's my lip cat? His classmates knew from the start that he was full of it. That none of it was true. And so some of them decided to call him out on it. And they were met with some very hostile tempers. He actually threw a chair at one teacher. A full-on chair. Imagine this. You're sitting in class, you're doing your work, and then you're like, what's he, is that, oh, he's throwing a chair, what do you do in that situation? Now my notes are all out of order. Way to go, Kylie. Even with getting called out by his classmates, Luka, this would be a continuing thing that he does in his life, trying to make people think he's something that he's not. In 1994, Luka's parents unfortunately got a divorce, and he ended up moving in with his mom and her new husband. The husband was very verbally abusive to Luka, and which caused him to move out and move in with his maternal grandmother. And if his maternal grandmother is anything like his mother, I couldn't pay me $1 million. Well, you could. Nope. Unfortunately, the abuse didn't stop whenever Luka moved out of his mom's house. His grandmother, his maternal grandmother, who he's now living with, was worse. She was very abusive, not only verbally but physically as well. And Luka, being the oldest, basically got the grunt of all of it, and that's something that's quite common in, those kind of situations, that the oldest gets the most of the abuse because they're trying to protect their younger siblings. And a lot of people just would describe his grandmother as extremely domineering and controlling, which is sounds like my worst nightmare. In 2001, it was reported that Luka was often seen at the crisis center citing symptoms of a sore throat and voices in his head. I'm no medical doctor, but I know that ain't the flu. You don't go in, you're like, oh God, I got a sore throat right now, and my head's a little achy. And also, these people won't stop talking in my head. After a few more visits to the crisis center, Luka was diagnosed with personality disorder. And from there, he decided to move into the Harrison House, which is a group home for people that are dealing with mental health issues. Around this time, Luka was about 20 years old. And so he decided to began stripping at different nightclubs around Toronto. With this, he went by many different aliases, one of them being Angel, another one being Luka, and then another one being Rocco. But apparently, these three names didn't suffice to him. He also started going by the name of Jimmy. So let me get this straight. You have three exotic names you're going by. Right here. Jimmy's way over there, helping Pa with the corn husks. Helping Pa plant the cornfield. How did Jimmy get over here with Angel? It doesn't add up. Sorry. Guys, I just apologized to my microphone. I said sorry to my microphone. I'm going crazy. 2020, man. He ended up mostly sticking with the name Jimmy for his modeling career and when he began escorting. And in these escorting ads, he would put that he was bisexual, heterosexual, and get this one, gay for pay. He ain't gonna be gay if you don't pay. I don't even know. It was also around this time that Luka's father was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. His dad kind of noticed Luka's health declining, and Luka also confided in him that he couldn't stop hearing the voices in his head. So this is when his dad referred him to his psychiatrist, Dr. Subrian. Luka became a frequent patient for Dr. Subrian from 2002 to 2008, and Dr. Subrian himself wrote in his reports that during Luka's first initial visit that he was showing paranoid tendencies. And not long after, he admitted himself into the hospital, stating that he was suicidal. And the reason being for that is because everyone at the Harrison house, the group home he was living in, were jealous of him, and that they were doing everything in their power to make him leave because they were just so jealous. 2003 rolls around, and I guess the name Jimmy wasn't working out for him then, because it states that this year he started going by Luka. So I guess Jimmy had to go back to the farm. Oh my god, that's like what your parents say whenever one of your pets die. They're at the farm. Oh no. It was also around this year when Luka was diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder like his father. And since he wasn't being properly treated for those disorders, his manic episodes would get very bad, and he was admitted in the hospital 3 times. And so when he wasn't in the hospital, he was at Dr. Subrian's office. So this was 2003 was a rough year. In 2004, Luka decided to make Toronto his permanent home to further his modeling career and his escort career. There, he wrote to his psychiatrist, letting him know that he is now attending the Church of Scientology. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we kind of learn that that's not the best route to go? From like Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, and that one actress who had to like fight to get out. You know what? You do you. You do you. It's fine. Apparently, living in Toronto, going to the Church of Scientology didn't really help him much, because he readmitted himself in the hospital, stating a stress, no more sore throat, salt water I guess helped, I don't know, stress, and once again hearing voices. Not long after admitting himself, he was charged in a fraud case for $16,900. Like, where did he get that? From Jimmy? Like, Jimmy's corn crop money? From, I guess the harvest was good? I don't know. Fast forward to 2005. To make more money, he decided to film in about 3 gay pornographic films, and then also model for a really popular gay magazine called Fab Boy. But with all this, his illness was getting worse. The voices started to get louder in his head, and he started getting more paranoid, and that he started believing that people were following him. He decided to go see a new psychiatrist, Dr. Tan, and in Dr. Tan's notes, he wrote that Luka, or Jimmy, or Angel, or whatever he was that day, was talking really fast, really odd, and really delusional, and that he was super, super paranoid, and that he felt that people were trying to ruin his career by taking pictures of him without his consent and posting them online. Like, settle down, Jimmy. You just sit down. I mean, maybe they were, since he was the namesake of a huge Hollywood star's brother. No, they're not. No. The day finally came that I thought would never. He finally picked a name, and he legalized it. So you know he's not going to change it now. He decided to change his name to Luka Rocco Magnotta. Don't know where Magnotta came from. And he did this because he was tired of people following him around. I mean, do you, I do me, you know, I don't even know. Get this, boo hockey. So in 2007, he finally makes headway onto getting on TV and getting famous. He went and interviewed for Naked News. It's exactly what it sounds like. It is a broadcasting show that has naked women reading bulletins derived from the news. So he went on and gave a lengthy interview of what it's like to be a high-class escort and stripper. Oh, I'm sure it was amazing. Who cares? Not me. He went and then got plastic surgery to look like his idol, James Dean. It's really hard for me to read that because I just want y'all to know that I wrote down James Bean. Like, imagine if that was a cartoon character. James Bean. He's a wonderful fruit that helps you toot. James Bean. I hate myself. After he got the surgery done, he made his way on TV again by auditioning for the show Cover Guy. And what the ending prize is more plastic surgery. He was not put through to the end. Oh well. As he was going on all these shows and stuff, it was rumored that he was in a relationship with Karla Homolka. And if you don't know who Karla Homolka is, here's a quick backstory. Karla Homolka was a Canadian woman who, with her husband, would drive around and pick up very vulnerable girls, young girls, and take them back to their house, drug them, rape them, and kill them, all while videotaping and laughing throughout the whole thing. And you think that's bad? It gets worse. She did the same thing to her little sister. Same thing. Just disgusting. Can't stand her. I found the interview. So, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to screen record it and put it up on the screen as I'm watching it and you're watching it, so you'll see my reaction to what this dude has to say. Pretty excited about it. So, let's do it.
Going downhill, basically, these days, to be honest with you. And
it's all because of this whole rumor of you dating Karla Homolka. This is the thing that's...
The rumors destroyed my life, basically, and I've been receiving death threats. My address is posted, that's why I had to move. I want my Pomeranian back. It was taken out of my SUV. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown here. My reputation is completely ruined. I just want everybody to I want to set the record straight that me and her have absolutely no connection. I go in to see casting directors. I go in to see agents. You know, they know who I am. You know, it's all over everywhere. I started being a stripper, and then basically I went from there to doing adult films, and I'm not ashamed of doing the adult films. I have a problem though with people saying those to relatives, and now nobody wants to talk to me. I don't have anybody, basically. Whoever's doing this, you know, please stop. You know, you're doing a lot of harm.
So basically these rumors are just really exhausting my career. I am in no way with Karla Homolka. I want my Pomeranian back. Someone took it out of my van. Also, these rumors are like ridiculous. Not to talk about it again, but to talk about it again. I wonder who started it. Probably one of my fans. I think it's like my favorite thing to play dress up. It's soft as heck, man. After Luka's 15 minutes of fame were coming to an end, his online posts and social media interactions started to become really dark and twisted. He had several blogs that were really disturbing, and even some had the topic of incestuous relationships in them. So, of course, he started to get a legion of people that were trying to get his stuff taken down. Psychologists would then go back and watch his audition tape for another reality TV show called Plastic Makes Perfect. This one, again, reward is plastic surgery. He did not win, but while watching it, they cited that he showed masochist tendencies and also had body dysmorphic disorder. And so the fact that they were able to catch that so quickly without even meeting him, it's a big disturbing sign. Then the era of Facebook comes. In 2009, Luka made his first Facebook page, and then he went on to make 70 more. 70 more Facebook accounts. And then he wrote 44 articles about himself in the span of a week. I can, barely write my name in the span of a week. Oh, let's hope that's not true. I bet you anything this is how he was writing it. Luka Magnotta is a self-starter. He's a high class everything. Stripping, modeling, high class. Escorting, high class. And he literally had surgery to look like James Dean. And James Dean's beautiful, so that's why I'm beautiful. Did anybody bring my Pomeranian back? Alright, guys. This is where it gets really dark. So, a video is posted called One Boy, Two Kittens. And a reference to that really other gross video, I'm not even going to say it. No, I don't want it in my head. Now it's in my head. Whew, I can do this. So, the video is called One Boy, Two Kittens. And so it starts off, showing these cute little kittens minding their business, doing nothing. And then it shows a vacuum cleaner bag being brought into the picture. The cats are then put into the bag and are then suffocated. It shows the whole thing, them suffocating, them dying, and, their little bodies afterwards. And it's a disgusting and disturbing video. And the man reported to be behind it is Luka Magnotta. So, that's why. He does a lot of bad things, but that's one of the many reasons why I don't feel bad making fun of him and talking about him. He's the worst. Just like Karla, whatever. And not Jimmy. Could not sully the good Jimmy name there. He's just a country boy trying to help Mom and Pa. We're in 2012. Quick shout out to all my 2012 classmates. So a video is uploaded to bestgore.com, and it is titled One Lunatic, One Ice Pick. So when you first start watching the video, you're kind of confused what's going on, because it just shows a man laying there, obviously drugged, not very incoherent, and he's tied by his wrists and ankles to the bed frame. So you're just kind of watching him kind of go in and out of it, and then you see another man enter the room. And the other man's wearing a hoodie, and he goes over and kind of like touches his hair, kind of touches his face. Looks like he's taking care of him. And then takes the dark and twisted turn. Suddenly, the man in the hoodie pulls out an ice pick and starts repeatedly stabbing the man on the bed. When I guess he's kind of overusing the ice pick, he then pulls out a knife and continually stabs him again, over and over and over. He also takes a piece of flesh with a fork and a knife from the man on the bed and feeds it to the dog. Not long after that video is posted, there's a video of him killing the dog. So that is happening, and then necrophilia is brought in. Disgusting. After he's done, doing what he's doing, he dismembers the man. It's just, oh God, it's disgusting. Viewers tried to get it removed from the site, and even an attorney asked the FBI to remove it, but the website and the FBI both denied those requests. So, 4 days after the video was uploaded, a package was delivered to the headquarters of the Conservative Party of Canada. In that package was a left foot. The package was completely bloodstained, and on the top of the package was a red heart. Not long after that, a package was intercepted at a sorting facility for the post office, and what was in that package was a left hand, and that left hand was addressed to go to the Liberal Party of Canada. As the news is circulating around about these body parts that are being dropped off at these political party headquarters, a janitor is outside and he smells something that he's never smelled before. And he said, I'm a janitor. I've smelled a lot of smells. This is not normal. So he kind of sniffed his way to the back of an alley. And in that alley were a lot of garbage piles. And in one of the garbage piles was a human torso. A torso. Imagine you're just minding your own business on your usual work day, and you're like, something smells weird. And you find a freaking torso. The police are notified about the torso in the alley, because of course you're not gonna leave a torso in an alley. And so when they get there, they found more human remains, bloody clothes, and they found a photo ID and papers with the name and picture of Luka Magnotta. And at this time, they don't know who is the victim. They don't know if Luka is the victim or Luka is the suspect. Because right now, they'll only have is a torso to go off of. And you can't identify someone by a torso unless they have, I don't know, a super recognizable torso. Surveillance footage was able to be pulled by the police of the back alley. And as they're watching it, they see a man at 3 o'clock in the morning bringing out multiple trash bags at a time, going in and out, in and out, in and out. And they said they wouldn't have batted an eye if they just saw him once bringing out the trash. But this man was taking multiple trips, bringing out multiple trash bags. And so, of course, that raised suspicion. They were able to kind of stop the footage and zoom in to the man's face. Lo and behold, it was Luka Magnotta. Busted. We got busted. Later on, a right foot was delivered to St. George's School, which is an all-boys school in Vancouver, and another package with a right hand was delivered to an elementary school. An elementary school. What? Anyways, in the packages, each of them had notes, and the notes all said, these body parts are being distributed all throughout Canada. If you do not catch me, I'm going to kill again. It's terrifying. The limbs were able to be matched by DNA sample from the victim's family, and the victim was identified as Justin Lin. He was an international student from Concordia University, and he was working in the engineering and computer science department there. He was last seen 5 days before those packages were delivered, and he was actually reported missing the day they found the torso. They were able to locate his head. The police received an anonymous tip saying that is by a creek in a park, and so they're able to get that, but police have not and are not going to ever release exactly what that tip said. With all of the evidence that they had against Luka, because he's not slick like he thinks he is. Like, Luka, you're not slick. If you're watching this, slick, that ain't you. Anyways, moving on. With all the evidence, an arrest warrant was put out for the following charges. First-degree murder, committing an indignity to a dead body, publishing obscene material, mailing obscene, indecent, and immoral material, and criminally harassing Canadian Prime Minister Stephen Harper and several unnamed members of Parliament. That's a lot. Lock 'em up. But as easy as it was to get that evidence against him, it proved to be much more challenging to get him. Like, literally get him in their hands. When he found out that, he's caught, he went running for the hills. So he first went to Montreal, literally almost got him there. He took off to Paris, almost got him in Paris, y'all. I kid you not. They were maybe an hour behind him. Like, he had, I think, just an hour to get away. And he got away. It was the most frustrating thing to watch. I was like, he's literally right there. Get him. They didn't. They couldn't. He's not smart. I'm not going to say he's smart. He's not smart. But I love how they finally apprehended him. Homeboy is so full of himself that when he was in Berlin, he went from Paris to Berlin. When he was in Berlin, he was sitting in an internet cafe looking up stuff about himself. And that's how he's caught. Oh, chef's kiss. Mwah. Karma, I love it. When bringing Luka back, they had to use a military transport to bring him back. They couldn't put him on a commercial flight because what if that commercial flight had to make an emergency landing somewhere? Because they already lost him once. They might lose him again. So they literally had to use the military to get him back. And as soon as they got him back, boom, solitary confinement he went. They said, locking him up, throwing away the key. Which was smart. They're smart. I will say they're smart. Luka ended up getting live streamed into his, a Zoom meeting. That was a stupid joke. He was live streamed into his trial. So when he pleaded not guilty due to his mental disorder. The defense kind of piggybacked off of that and tried to put more of the responsibility on his mental state rather than himself as a person. The prosecution was like, no. He planned this out. He's ultra organized. He's mindful and he's purposeful. He planned this out. This was premeditated. So it's really just anybody's game. I'm just kidding. It was the prosecutor's game. He was indicted on the following charges: first-degree murder, offering indignities to a human body, distributing obscene materials, using the postal service to distribute obscene materials, and good old criminal harassment. Boom. Bye. Peace out, Luka. Angel. Roka. Bye. At his sentencing, he was sentenced to a mandatory life sentence plus 19 years, but he's eligible for parole in 25 years. Canadian Parole Board, if you let this man out, fists will fly. They might be small, but they're mighty. Don't let them out. Mark Moore, the owner of the website Best Score, was charged on corrupting public morals. And so he was charged 6 months in jail, but they allowed him to serve 3 of those months at home on house arrest. In June 2017, it was reported that Luka Magnotta is engaged. Yeah. My same reaction. He is engaged to another male convict that he met on a prison dating app. What's that called? Like, is it Prinder? Like prison tender? How does that even... I don't even know. I don't know. So, Luka Magnotta has a fiancé. That's all she wrote, folks. We did it! Luka Magnotta, episode 2. Wow. That was a doozy. A doozy. I just wanted to thank everyone who's watching. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are the best. I couldn't have done this without y'all. Y'all keep me going, especially through this quarantine. Don't forget to subscribe to True Crime with Kylie. Next week's video will be posted on Sunday. I'm so excited because I know exactly what I'm going to do. So can't wait for y'all to see it. Bye.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah.
Hey, easy. Ew. Don't put your mouth on it.
Well, it's not doing that. Hey. Let's go race our race cars, Leo. Oh, my Power Ranger.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, Luke, be careful. I'll get it. Oh,
I got it.
Okay. Are you okay?
Power Ranger. Go, Power.
Oh, you okay?
Go, Power
You okay?